I picked up some of these vintage dies from an antique shop in town, and they're super neat. The date on it is May 11th, 1915, which I think is like, that's crazy that it's over 100 years old and they still have it. And this one is like leaking a little bit, as you see, like I got a little bit on the fabric. So I decided, for one, I think purple, will be a pretty color to go with these, but also this one is kind of falling apart and it like got a little bit everywhere, so why not use it? I put together a couple of white pieces. They are all different types of fabric, and I did that because I kind of want to see exactly how these fabrics, if they're in their white form, will take to this super vintage dye. So first I'll start with this one piece, which is super cute. It's a 1950s apron. It's definitely a cotton polyester blend because it definitely looks just straight cotton, but it is a bit scratchy. So that's why I'm assuming there's some polyester in there. But these are a pair of pajama pants that I bought a while ago and wanted to make them look like little bloomers. So I put elastic on the bottom and shortened them. But I'm really interested, like I'm sure this is gonna take like flawlessly. Because it's cotton, it's soft. We know that these kind of materials take dyes really well, but I'm really curious to this like satin kind of feel here, and what that's gonna look like. And then I have this veil that I've used for a couple of film projects. So, she a little nasty. There's some like black spray paint. I actually just lost a little pearl there, but that's fine. I washed it, so this part like is actually clean. It's just stained and pretty nasty because there's some fake blood on it. I'm gonna remove this completely, this tool off, because for one, it's going to take a butt ton of dye, and for two, I think it's kind of nasty and it's time to go. But like this piece, like it's just so beautiful, I don't want to say goodbye just yet. Alright, so clearly the box is over 100 years old and was super hard to get into, so I had to come after it with my X-Acto knife. The contents got everywhere because, this thing is like falling apart, but I mean, yeah, obviously. But I got most of it on the baggie here, so it's no big deal. I did find the instructions inside. I kind of ripped through those too because I was having a hard time opening it. So definitely be super careful. I'm going to be dyeing more, and I'll show you how to open the box. I actually thought I was recording, and silly me, just was taking pictures, and not good pictures. So, yeah, here we are though, but you can open it. It's kind of exciting to read the box. So, yeah, there is a lot here, so I'm gonna post a picture of this so that if you want to read in detail exactly what it says, you can. But the most important things to know is that you're gonna need to boil it for a solid 10 minutes. So you're gonna need a pot that's big enough for all of the linens that you're using. I think I have one that'll fit. Thank goodness I picked these really like lightweight ones to go with. Alright, so first we need to dissolve the dye. So I'm going to boil a pint of water, which is 375 milliliters. I use this guy, but it only goes up to 250. So I just added it into this because I'm actually going to use this to dissolve it as well. So we need to boil that. So yeah, camera died. But what I did is little by little, I poured some dye, I put in an article, I poured some dye, I put in an article. So I kind of read the instructions wrong, or they're kind of not the easiest to read. So a pint of water was definitely not enough. So I went ahead and filled this up all the way and then preheated it in the microwave to make sure it was the same temp. I turned off the stove, and now I'm just going through, which you can actually see there's like actually a soupiness in here. So now I can actually go through and make sure that everything is fully penetrated with the dye. Okay, and now go ahead and put the stove on the simmer, and for 10 minutes, I'm gonna let it simmer. So I am boiling more water in my teapot because I definitely did not put enough water in this. It's a really pretty deep purple. Pretty sure it'll fade a little bit, but thinking I need to lighten it up a little bit more, so I'm gonna add some more water. As for this being non-dyeing your hands, well, I don't know about that. I did get most of this up, but it still left some purple streakies, but hey, it could be a lot worse. Setting my timer for 25 minutes, I'm going to keep coming back so that I can keep stirring and completely saturating the fabric in the dye. When the timer has gone off, it is time to remove your fabric from the dye. Be super careful. The fabric will be very hot, especially at the bottom of the pan. Once you have strained them the best as possible, you're going to add cold water. This will make it much easier to handle the fabric, and you want it to run clear. Piece by piece, I noticed that different fabrics took differently to the dye, which I had assumed in the beginning. However, I did not believe that one of my tank tops would turn blue and not purple. After allowing the fabric to fully dry and giving it a little action with the iron, I believe that these fabrics came out beautiful, especially for the first time. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more fun videos.